guys, so I have finally remembered to do a Whine Friday video, and I'm recording it on Thursday, so hopefully I can get it up tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Of Beast and Beauty by Stacey J. And I filled my glass up a little higher today because it's called for. It's a book I read for my April series of retellings. So this book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it is going to be spoilery, so if you have not read this book, or if you have any intention of reading this book for yourself and you do not want to be spoiled, watch this video later. The premise of this book is super interesting. In this book, the town of Whine, I don't know. It is under a dome, and it is basically separated by the smooth skins and the monstrous. And the monstrous are genetically mutated. They live out in the desert outside of the dome, and they have all these genetic abnormalities that make them look like beasts. Sharp teeth, scales, that kind of a deal. So, our main characters are Isra and Jim. Isra is the princess, and Jim is one of the desert people who lives out in the desert, one of the monstrous. And the reason I didn't specifically say Isra is our beauty is because kind of she could also be the beast in a way. She is some kind of way down the line. I didn't get far enough in this book because, to be honest, I didn't get far enough to discover how far back in her line there was monstrous, but it had something to do with her mother because she has scaly, flaky skin and she stays covered up from neck to toe. And her father kept her locked away in a tower so nobody ever saw it, but it was redundant because everybody knew about it. So Isra, our princess, is also blind, and that basically is the reason she allows everybody to walk the hell all over her. She made me so angry. I'm gonna put this down. She made me so angry, and the reason I say that is because 17 years old, through a series of events, Isra becomes the queen. She is out in the gardens and is attacked by Jim. She calls for help, and the guard come. The guard is an unfamiliar one, is a voice she's never heard. He sends the others away and goes to lead her back to the castle, and he keeps calling her queen, and she's like, what's going on? Queen. Apparently one of the other monsters has killed her father, and the first thing this guy does is just out of complete nowhere kisses her. She doesn't think it's suspicious, doesn't call for help, doesn't do anything of the sort. That's perfectly fucking normal for a guard to just randomly kiss you when, you know, you're deformed and they all stay away from you. Now this other one keeps calling you queen, and then he kisses you before he tells you that your father's dead. Nothing's wrong with it. She even like gets into it a little bit and then finds out that her father's dead and then allows him to lead her back to the castle. So she treats Jim like total shit, even though he is not the one that kills her father. She calls him an it. She treats him like a beast, more or less, like an actual beast, an animal, like a dog. And she uses him for something that is for her personal gain. She wants him to help her garden this fictional plant that doesn't exist, and she just basically takes their word that it exists, and it stops the mutation process that is taking over the monstrous people because she wants to quit or reverse the process in herself. Doesn't know if it actually exists or not. Takes her prisoner's word for it. She's using him to help garden this plan, not to better her people, but because she wants to reverse the process in herself. So the entire thing, you know, they hate each other. Her personal guard, this is another reason she's too fucking stupid to live, to me. Not her personal guard, her advisor is Beau's father. Beau is the guard who kissed her out of nowhere. Her advisor is Beau's father. Up until she's automatically the queen, Beau has not had any interaction with her whatsoever. She didn't even know Beau existed. Now all of a sudden you're queen, and your advisor's son is making the moves on you. And then, you know, we find out later in the book, she says that she is aware that her advisor has set this plot for her to marry his son so that when she's out of the way, they can rule. And she makes a decision to consciously go along with it. Not go along with it as a scheme and fight it, or no, to actually go along with it and accept it. Because in this world, for some reason, in order to keep the dome over the city, there's a sacrifice of royal blood every so many years, and it's looking like her sacrifice may need to be quicker, so she finds it perfectly acceptable for her to just give up and leave her city in the hands of who the fuck ever, because the advisor isn't paying her any mind any fucking way. She's just telling him, you know, I want this, I need this, and he's just basically like, little girl, that's cute. And he does what the fuck he wants. She is queen, and she allows this. She sits at a table, ostracized. They talk about her, they snicker in her face, forgetting she has enhanced hearing because she's blind, and she says not a word, and she just fucking allows it. And I'm like, you're the queen. What the fuck are you doing? What? Why? This book made me so angry. So angry. There are no words. I had to DNF it when I start seeing Jim all of a sudden go from hating her people because they ostracize them for no reason, and all of a sudden she's like, but I'm falling for her. Y'all haven't had any fucking real conversation, no interaction other than her ordering around or telling you to tell her a story, and now you're in love. What? This is the most insta-lovey of insta-love, and it drove me crazy. I DNF'd it at like 30 some odd %. I can't. I just, it has such a good premise, and the story isn't bad. The storyline is good. Isra is a fucking idiot, and I am one of those people that stupid characters will ruin an entire story for me, and I want to read no more. I just read it for yourself. If characterization does not ruin a good actual telling of a story for you, this is a good book. It's not a bad book. It's the characterization of these particular two people make me want to bash my head into a fucking wall. I can't do it. I can't. Like, I can't read a book about stupid characters. Doesn't matter how good the book is. If the main character is a fucking idiot, I cannot do it. You are the fucking ruler of an entire land, and you are making a conscious decision to allow people to walk all over you for no particular good reason, just because. She doesn't make any decisions to do better for her people. She wants this fucking magical plant that Jim is supposed to have, and it's just a plot for him to get out in the garden because there's some shit he wants out there. This magical plant that she has no way of knowing if it's actually real. She's going to take her prisoner's word for it. She doesn't tell anybody else. There's no scholars she confers with. There's no librarian, no actual gardener, no people who traveled out to the desert who may know whether or not this is a real plant. She doesn't even fucking ask around. It's a complete secret. So nobody knows what the fuck her dumbass is doing except her and the prisoner. And he's making a giant idiot out of her. And she's like, I'm going to use this plant to reverse my process because this is what the people need. That's not helping them. That's not. But you find a way to keep that fucking dome from falling in on your head because it's cracking. How about you fucking find a way to integrate this process between the two people so the fucking monsters are not breaking in and trying to kill everybody? How about you help that shit? No, I'm going to reverse this process so I look more normal because my people need me to look normal. No. Yeah, I was like right there when I DNF'd it. There. This is the beginning. I didn't get that far. 116 pages, and I was like, you fucking made me sick. I can't. So, yeah, read at your discretion. It is a good story. The writing is good. The plot is good. The world building is good. I really like the fact that the world building, you basically get a prologue, and the prologue is from the actual Earth's point of view, and you get a backstory there. And so when chapter 1 starts, you know what's going on, more or less. It's kind of like the others in that kind of a way. You get that tale from that point and what the two people are doing and why these people are separate from this people. It's the same kind of world building you get in the others, but it's different. So there's nothing wrong with the actual writing. The world building is good. The plot is good. Nothing else to complain about in this book. It's just the main character is a fuckwit. That's it. that is it for Whine Friday. Sorry for all the F-bombs. I can't. That was a couple of hours of my life I'll never get back. And I may go back and read it because the actual story is really good. And it's weird for me to say that a story is good when the character's a twit, but the story is actually really good. So I'm gonna try to read it again just after this month of retelling because I still have some more books to read, but I had to put it down because I can't. The cover's pretty. The plot's awesome. The world building is great. There's nothing else wrong with the story. It's just I can't do stupid characters. I can't. And magic fixes because I skimmed ahead and there's like some magical. I'm not even gonna do it. So yeah, like this video, please. Comment. I answer all my comments. If I haven't answered your comment, I haven't seen it yet. Subscribe and hit that bell button and you'll get alerts when I upload, as well as follow me on the interwebs. I have a Twitter at OffbeatLauren and Instagram at OffbeatLauren, and you can also friend me on Goodreads at goodreads.com/offbeatbookdigest, and I accept all friend requests on Goodreads because it's books. Why wouldn't I want to be friends with other people who read? So that's all for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys later. Good night or afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Bye.